much for joining us for this segment of Why I Give. And in studio with us today is a very familiar face here in the Valley. Why do you make that face?
Is it the face or the voice?
You're the face and the voice.
Okay.
A lot of people know you. Bruce St. James, he worked on the air here at KTAR for 10 years.
About 10, yeah.
And before we dive into why you're really here today, which is just so beautiful, I love your efforts.
Thank you.
With this superhero movement. Before we dive into that, though, I feel like I would be remiss not to talk about, you know, your departure from KTAR.
Yeah.
Can
I lie down on the couch
can
when
you,
we do
we're
this?
gonna have
Is
some
this going to be like a
therapy,
therapy session? All right.
But it shocked a lot of people.
Well, it only shocks people who don't work in our business, I suppose, that the joke in radio is here today, gone this afternoon.
Yeah.
That the reality of it is that there's always change going on. It's not a bad thing. There's no animosity. I'm not angry at anybody. You know, nobody did anything to me. And like I've told people, I said, having a radio show or being on television, it's a privilege. Nobody owes it to you, for goodness sake. So I'll go do something else, and I'll be perfectly okay.
Was it hard transitioning out of that job, because when you are a part of people's lives every day and so connected to so many people, that can become in a way a little bit addicting?
Yeah, well, and I would say that, you know, social media almost kind of bridges that gap where it didn't in the past, where I still, you know, communicate with. I get tons of messages. I was getting some this morning from people. We miss you. Well, thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. You know, I can communicate with them like that. I do miss that part of it, but I got to tell you, it's also kind of refreshing to not have to be so on top of everything that's going on. It gave me some perspective that, you know, our world in the news business is not the real world.
Correct.
That most people are not plugged in 24/7, do not know absolutely every little nuance of everything that's going on. We have to be able to tell the stories, but most people are picking up little bits. So that's me right now. I have no idea what's going on in the world. I'm so happy with that.
It's kind of freeing, right?
I have no idea. I just don't know, and I don't care right now.
So
I'm on vacation.
You're taking a little break, and then we'll find out what the next chapter is for you.
I'll release a little at a time, you know, that's my tease.
And part of, I assume, what has helped you stay so positive and forward-thinking is your participation in this one particular charity here in the Valley.
Yeah.
And guys, I have to tell you, this is such a cool thing. So I would see Bruce posting these pictures in a Batmobile.
In the Batmobile, yeah.
And I would say, what is he doing over there with all these cute kids? I need to know more. And so I think you and I messaged each other about it, and I finally was able to go and see what this is all about. So we have to sort of peel back the onion, if you will, and tell them how this all got started.
Yeah, it's called the Colten Cowell Foundation, and it's been around now for 10 years. I've been working there, I call it working, volunteering, for about 5 years now. And we do 2 to 3 shows a week, and they are shows. There is a script, there is a set, and basically the idea is that children's charities nominate kids with illness, serious illnesses, significant life challenges, we call it, and the kids come, and for one night, they are the star of the show. They are the superhero, and we need their help. We need their help all night long so that they are the center of attention for all the right reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because especially kids that have spent a lot of time in hospitals or doctor's offices, they're the center of attention for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
They're getting poked and prodded, and they're not at home when they want to be. And so we try to turn it around on them. And I think one of the neat things too is that all their friends and family get to come too. So the siblings get to come along and they get to enjoy it, and the grandparents get to enjoy it, and their classmates or their neighbors. And they're all excited to be there. And our little superhero is the one that's making it happen for them.
So I was fascinated at how this all got started, because the gentleman who actually started this really doesn't want his name mentioned. So I mean, even though I really want to give him a huge shout out, but
the last thing he wants is his name on it.
But he's a millionaire philanthropist.
Let's go with that.
And he just wanted a unique and really exciting experience for children. And also, he wanted to be able to bring a lot of nonprofits together.
Yeah.
That is one thing I love about this.
Well, and I think one of the great things about him, the man who shall not be named,
Bruce Wayne.
Yes, is that you know, he gets invited to the dinners and the auctions and write a check, and he says you can do philanthropy like that, and that's wonderful, and that's needed. You know, he wanted to do something different. He wanted to do something that was very personal. He wanted to do something that left a lasting. A real lasting message with people, and I think that's what we've managed to create, and he created it at the Colten Cowell Foundation, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Last night was show number 507.
Wow.
We've had 507 kids as our superheroes.
So set the stage, because when you drive up, it's in a warehouse
a nondescript
complex.
Building,
So I
at
was
a
like,
secret location so the Joker can't find us.
Yeah, so I was driving and wondering, what has he got me into here?
Exactly.
You pull up, you don't know what to expect,
No.
and then kind of paint the picture of how the night unfolds.
Yeah, we start off in the Monument to Compassion is what we call that building, and the story unfolds, basically. I am lucky enough, and I get to be the MC or the host for the night, and we set the stage that why the kid is here. We've received very special information that we have a very special guest with us here tonight, and then we need the kid all night long to solve the questions, to help move the story forward.
And it's all Batman themed.
Yes, and we have a Batmobile, for goodness sakes. I mean, that is kind of the thing. But it's not, and I say that, and that's what people recognize. It's a showstopper.
Yeah.
You know, you pull up in the Batmobile and people care, you know, as much as they like your car. They really like the Batmobile. But it's not just about like the machines and sliding down a pole and things. That we use that as the example or the stepping off point to talk about how giving and giving back can be fun, because the show goes full circle. And at the very end we come in, and the bow we put on it is our superhero, the kid, gives back to the charities that nominated him.
Yes.
Or her.
Yes.
And so they hand over the big goofy checks, you know, $1,000 checks, and they hand them back, and that's how we give back to the charities, is through the kids, and we teach them that giving can be fun and how important it is to be able to give back.
And then they are able to feel important and loved, and like you said, not that they're the center of the attention because they are either ill or fighting some rough battle in life. And you help all sorts of different children. I mean, when I was there, you were helping a charity that the little cuties had Down syndrome.
Yep. Sharing Down syndrome, I believe, is the charity that night.
Beautiful group.
We deal with Hope Kids a lot, Children's Cancer Network, a variety of children's charities. As a matter of fact, we've worked with now 224 different children's charities over this 10-year span.
And I know you have a sharp memory, so that's why I'm asking this, but off the top of your head, you had some numbers up about how much has been distributed to date.
So the little kids have handed back, I say little, they're all little kids to me. They've handed back checks now that were just over $1.3 million.
Just a one man's idea, and this is what it's turned into.
It's amazing.
You know, I do, and you said before we started filming that like nothing's off the table, and you've been on my podcast before, and you were so open in talking about your battle with depression over the years. I just wonder, and anytime a transition period comes up, that can lead to some tough times.
Without a doubt.
And you're going through that. You're going through it gracefully right now, and I'm sure trying to see all the bright things ahead. But I'm just wondering how participating in a charitable effort like this and being around children who are facing life and death battles, how does that help you balance out perspective in your own life?
It is an amazing perspective, Carey, and I think most people could probably get that, but when you really do it, there is no reason ever I feel sorry for me. I've never had a bad day. You know, I have inconvenient days. You get a flat tire, you're having an inconvenient day. You want to see people with bad days, you come and see some of the kids that we get to deal with. You know, you see some of the things they've gone through. You know, when they talk about, I'm on my 12th surgery and they're 6 years old, you know, it gives you a perspective that we are still very lucky, we are blessed, and we have it pretty darn good. And that's why when these kids come in also, we do not focus on whatever their ailment, their malady, their treatment they're going through. It is irrelevant. They are typical, they are perfect, and we are there to have fun that night.
What has it done for you personally?
it fills my soul. It really does. And you can't have a bad day at the crime fighting cave.
Yeah.
You just can't have a bad day. It is fun. There is laughter. There are kids running around. There's high fives. There's hugs. It is wonderful. And then also, on the parents' faces, on the grandparents, on the friends' faces, when they come up to you at the end of the night and say, we as a family haven't laughed and smiled like this in quite some time.
Right.
And that makes it all worth it. Perfect.
What do you want people to take away, from hearing this part of your journey?
Listen, I mean, you can find it in your own life, wherever it might be. But I have found, again, giving is fun, and giving of my time and giving of myself has bettered my life. It is absolutely fundamentally changed some of the trajectory of my life. Being involved in a charity like this, and having perspective, and finding out just how amazing you can feel when you give back to others and when you help others, and that it is not about money. If you don't have a lot of money, that's fine.
Yeah.
Your time is important. That whole place runs on volunteers.
Yeah.
We're all volunteers
Yes.
here, and that is just a wonderful way to give and a wonderful way to help others, and you'll be amazed at how you feel.
And where can people find out more information?
Colten Cowell Foundation, and we're online, coltencowellfoundation.org.
Yeah.
And a really interesting thing you can do is you can text the word CAVE to the number 411923. I don't know if you're actually going to put it on the screen.
Yeah, we can put it on the screen.
I was
magic
pointing
of
to that,
TV.
and I think that's really cool when people do that. So you can text CAVE to 411923, and what we do is we bounce you back a link to our website, and also a YouTube video which shows what's going on, and kids having the time of their lives.
I love it. Bruce, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for watching. You can see all of our segments, content, podcasts, you name it. We produce it. You can find it on inspiredmedia360tv.com. Take care, guys.